The reason they're never going to release this stuff, folks, is because the stuff in there is so sensitive, so huge. The reverberations would literally be so scandalous that it would affect every government around the world.
Ripple effect of
every echelon. It would literally put the whole thing upside down. You're talking about
like a huge domino effect, right? Like
it would actually
maybe in
affect
terms
the
of like
stock
leadership,
market.
rulership,
It would
elite.
No, it would affect
everything.
Yeah, but it would affect the stock market. It would affect society. It would the whole caboodle would be would come under
Foundations as we know it.
Unfortunately, we have allowed and enabled certain people who are in these power positions, who are corrupt.
Regarding these politicians, like, why are they not doing anything about it? And what I'm thinking is, what if somebody has leverage on them? So, for example,
Blackmail, right?
Well, yeah, for example, okay. I'm not saying this is the case, but Trump helped. Oh, yeah, too graphic to say who was on
the files.
So it's JP Morgan CEO. He's in a network who enabled Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, yeah.
I think these are like keywords. The same network of closely connected people who enabled Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know if this is legit or not.
This is from the flight logs, yeah. These are the released flight logs that were released, which you can actually find on WikiLeaks.
Claiming that.
No, you can find it on WikiLeaks. You can actually find this on WikiLeaks.
Oh, okay.
It was the released flight logs, and yes, Trump was on the flights. Does not mean that he actually went to the island specifically, because it doesn't state. It doesn't really matter whether he did or not. It's not even the point. The point is, like Whitney Webb presents, is that these people had financial ties, whether they did or not. But they're not releasing that information because it's too graphic. Because they don't want to release the stuff. In relation to
too graphic to say who was on
the files in general. Oh, we can't release it because it's too graphic, right? So that's the thing. I get that. And so then, case closed. Nothing to see here. And then that's it. That's the end of that. And yeah, so much about this that is just like, Asman kind of presents a good point. You have to wonder, were their families threatened or something targeted? But, I think that's the too easy response. Here's my thought on why we will never get this stuff released. Because it was mentioned not too long ago, and I forget who said it, and it was someone who was close to the inside. I have to look it up again. And I agree with this too. Some of this information, whether it's the unadulterated email correspondence that was from the Clinton server, whether it was the data from, what the hell is his name? Biden's son. It was Biden's son's laptop. Yeah. Whether it's the Epstein files, whether it's the Diddy files,
whether
it's
Biden?
All of these things. Hunter Biden, that's it. Thank you. All of this stuff, right? The reason they're never going to release it is because there's stuff in there. And I think actually this came from somebody who was actually in WikiLeaks. Actually, I remember this was back in the time of the Clinton server debacle. Yeah. The reason they're never going to release this stuff, folks, is because the stuff in there is so sensitive, so huge. The reverberations would literally be so scandalous that it would affect every government around the world.
Ripple effect of
every echelon. It would literally put the whole thing upside down. You're talking about
like a huge domino effect, right? Like
it would actually
maybe in
affect
terms
the
of like
stock
leadership,
market.
rulership,
It would
elite.
No, it would affect
everything.
but it would affect the stock market. It would affect society. It would the whole caboodle would be would come under
Foundations
because
as we know it.
Unfortunately, we have allowed and enabled certain people who are in these power positions, who are corrupt, who are awful people as well, to have these positions and these roles. Or, some of them have stolen it or, been put there.
Here's another one.
And so this would have these reverberations, and this would be basically a hellscape upon the planet. And this is because you're talking about a system that's in play, that is centuries old. As much as that guy in the article was joking about Caligula, it's not a joke. This stuff has been in play for a long, long time. This isn't new. It's been around. And there have been people who've come out constantly, and that's why they shut them out. They shut them down. So. Yeah, what is this that you're showing?
This is an old post by Whitney Webb. This is from 2023. Okay, it's 2 years old. And she's basically saying that Jamie Dimon, so it's JP Morgan CEO, he's implicated in a network who enabled Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Because how did he become a teacher? Like, how did he go from a teacher to where he was, this high financier?
I think these are like key words. The same network of closely connected people who enabled Jeffrey Epstein. Mm-hmm. The network.
The social network.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg comes out.
It's pretty creepy. Illuminati stuff. We're not on suicide watch. I keep saying it.
I mean,
we have no plans.
Yeah. I have no plans.
A long life ahead of us. Don't worry. That's for sure. I'm just saying.
But that's essentially why I don't think they're ever going to reveal anything, because the moment they do, that will just basically imagine how invested we are and if that trust, the trust is already dissolving slowly, with the media, with the justice system. But imagine if that aspect, you would literally have the French Revolution, the literal French Revolution. You'd have it calling for blood on the streets, and that's the thing that they fear the most.
Yeah,
they fear. Or even the Bolshevik Revolution. We've never seen a reoccurrence of that ever again. And they're so fearful of that.
That's for sure.
Because this is the new noble class.
All right, I need to point something out,
go ahead.
About this whole Epstein thing, because it's important. I'm sorry, I hate talking about this, but it's important, to mention it, because nobody else will. Although somebody has. What's important is, regarding these politicians, why are they not doing anything about it? And what I'm thinking is, what if somebody has leverage on them? So, for example,
Blackmail, right?
Well, yeah, for example, okay? I'm not saying this is the case. Mm-hmm. But Trump helped Netanyahu with Iran. He sent B-2 bombers to Iran to flatten a place, and Trump didn't want to have anything else to do with
sites,
it.
To basically take down the nuclear sites. Yeah.
But like we mentioned before, at one point, the head of the security intelligence in the States, initially, she said that they didn't have any proof that Iran was making a nuclear weapon. And then afterwards, right at the last second, she kind of changed her mind. Mm-hmm. And then Trump sent the B-2 bombers. Now, what if, I don't know, this is way out there, but what if
Yes.
What if, for example, there was like Mossad or something? I don't know. Like, how would I live?
So I have to just bring something to the attention. Is that so? This ex-prime minister Barak, he was technically the rival to Netanyahu, which is why people are kind of also, it's a bit of a But sorry, carry on. Yeah.
So, if anybody remembers that Prince Andrew in the UK was exposed to be, I think he went on Epstein's Island. He was also
many times. He was best buddies. Right? He also was in a New York mansion too.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing Whitney Webb, pointed out, by the way, that we should state. No, the FBI did not raid any of his other homes or investigate any. I mean, he had many homes. He has that other property. I think it's in
we'll show a video
New Mexico. In New Mexico as well. But anyway, sorry. Yeah.
But like the royal family in the UK was basically disgraced by Prince Andrew's actions. Like, I think King Charles now doesn't want anything to do with his brother.
Oh, he's been exiled. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, to that point.
Remember that horrible interview where he said, like, "Oh, I have this condition with my sweat." Like,
yes, it was horrible. It was so disgusting.
Ridiculous.
It was so disgusting. So, but this article, I mean, sure, you said it's from Netanyahu's rival. Yeah. It says that Prince Andrew, another name on the list, has been referred to as Epstein's useful idiot by an ex-intelligence agent acting as a prize trophy due to his influential connections. So, they try to blame it on like specific people when there are other people behind all of this. It's like the wizard behind the curtain, like the Wizard of Oz. There's some old guy
he's manipulating the things with the illusion.
Exactly.
Yeah. And by the way, let's not forget that Epstein's golden girl, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yes.
Her father, Robert Maxwell. It was exposed after the fact. This was a big media mogul, a big.
So he was if not the biggest, wasn't he? Like, he owned I think Fox.
Connected with the UK, but he was connected to French, British, and Israeli intelligence, and he was he was exchanging secrets. He was exchanging secrets and things like this. He was basically so. There you have it. There's another correlation,
Okay, so I've seen some TV shows like Homeland, where there's like the US and Mossad and Mossad is like planning some other things within the American intelligence agencies. I know it's a TV show, but I'm not fucking stupid, and I do know Israeli people who are like pretty smart in general. Like, I'm just putting it out there. But so they can kind of control a situation. And to be honest, I think that in regards to politics, I'm pretty sure blackmail would work very well to achieve some means.
I mean, it always does. I mean, anybody who doesn't believe that this occurs always.
Now, I don't have like factual proof for any of this, but I'm a person.
But you don't need it. But you don't need it because
this
has been the case at hand. This is how Hollywood has worked. It's not called blackmail. It's called I scratch your back, you scratch mine. And then, or I do you a favor. And at some point down the line, it depends what it's always how it's like framed. You know what I'm saying?
I also want to point out that Netanyahu just said that, Trump should get like the Nobel Prize. As if the Nobel Peace Prize, as if Netanyahu is calling the shots of who gets peace prizes. Like, I know that a lot of like Jewish people won the Nobel Peace Prize, but as far as I know, Norway gives it out, and it's like It's like,
I mean,
bro,
but it has become a bit of a joke at this point, the Peace Prize, because given like the fact that they've awarded it to certain people, like
and
Obama
won it,
won
and
the
he was
Peace Prize.
questioning why he won it, but he took it anyway. And I think $1 million comes with that.
He's a president who like perpetuated the most drone strikes in American history. So like,
wow.
Although that may change now, of course, given the circumstances.
Do you want to see parts of this video? Like why were residences not raided? Should we just watch a bit of it?
It would be nice if the FBI would explain why Epstein's other residences were not raided, like the Zorro Ranch property in New Mexico, never raided. And then why, it took them a month to get to the island in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Little St. James.
What?
Yeah, the New Mexico property, by the way, is very crucial because that was the main property Ghislaine Maxwell attended, and where an enormous amount of the trafficking was supposedly coming through, because obviously, as you know, New Mexico is on the border. It's also an isolated ranch on a massive acreage, like deserted. Okay, and
like on land as far as the eye can see, basically. And
based on also quite a few victim testimonies, significantly they stated. That's where most of the, nasty was going on. So, yeah, she's right. Why didn't they raid it? Why didn't they investigate?
She raises some good questions.
Be nice to know that. And of course, some of arguably some very important documents, I believe, could be obtained by the Department of Justice that are held not by the FBI, but the U.S. Virgin Islands, because there was this case involving the U.S. Virgin Islands and JP Morgan as it related to Epstein. And that case got settled out of court, so it didn't go to trial. But
wait, settled out of court?
Yeah.
I believe those documents would be very, very, very telling, but I would argue the reason they won't come out is because one of the people subpoenaed as part of that investigation was Elon Musk.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't necessarily accused of wrongdoing, but was subpoenaed because he was suspected of having had some sort of involvement with Epstein and JP Morgan. And there are allegations, of course, not really allegations, but, it was reported, before Musk was closely affiliated with Trump, that Epstein had been advising Tesla and was part of this effort in 2018 to take Tesla private. With Gulf oil money or Saudi money. And at the time, Epstein was advising Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, and was also known to have a close relationship with the elite families of the United Arab Emirates, and also Kuwait, and I think Bahrain as well.
Wow. Okay, so we get Elon Musk with JP Morgan, Saudi royal family, blaming Trump about Epstein when Musk himself was involved with like shady deals with
this is what I'm saying.
Like that to begin with. It's like, what? Yeah. It's like, I'm not to blame. I'm gonna throw like shade or dirt on you, but I'm okay. I'm okay as long as the spotlight is on you and not me. Yeah.
There you go. But this is what I mean. Everyone's covering their ass. It's no different than the Harvey Weinstein situation. Yeah, I just posted the links to Whitney Webb's books. They're 2 volumes, and you can actually highly recommend you buy them. You can also get them on Kindle. It's volume 1 of One Nation Under Blackmail, where she goes in depth.
We're not sponsored, by the way.
No, we're not. But she highlighted this already previously in another video that she's been writing about it. And there's the second volume too that was released. And it's if you open the other link, you'll see that in the second one, you'll see I think it's Bernie Madoff and Epstein. Bernie Madoff being the big. I don't know if that's Bernie Madoff actually. Wait, hold on. Let me just double check. Could be. Oh no. Okay, no, it's not Bernie Madoff. I thought it was. Is it Bernie Madoff? Wait, I'm tripping now. Let me just. No, I'm getting confused with someone else. Right. No, Robert Maxwell. That's Robert Maxwell in the cover photo. Yeah, I'm going crazy. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, Robert Maxwell and Epstein. And I would highly recommend. check them out because she's an investigative, deep diving reporter. She really goes deep into all of this. It would actually, one of our interests would be down the line when we get to that stage. We would love to have her on and interview her so we can really just like get really into the mindset.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Get everything from her unfiltered and not like
Exactly.
So Whitney Webb, shout out to Whitney Webb.
Whitney
Does
Webb,
a lot of great work.
we want an interview. Like seriously.
You can follow her on x.com. She's on x.com as well, and does a lot of good work.
Yeah, that would be a blessing if we
and
could get her on. Like we need like zombies say brains over here.
yeah, we need people who do the good work out there, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know, this is the thing. It's like with the Harvey Weinstein situation that I was going to say, like, you know, people make a big deal that Harvey Weinstein was like some sort of big case. He wasn't. He was just the scapegoat. They threw him under the bus because actually, all of a sudden, all the celebrities, all the Hollywood elite, they come out saying like, oh, no, it was an open secret. Everybody knew. Same thing with that guy from Nickelodeon. What's his name? Dan Schneider. All of this stuff, this is not secretive. They know about this. They're involved in this. And you know, all of these people with their unhealthy and immoral habits, you know, this isn't news to them. These people know, and they're involved, or they're indirectly or directly involved to some capacity themselves. So it's really just skirting the surface in many ways. Like you said, these aren't even the head honchos.
Yeah.